This is Jan Allen. I'm the studio owner here at Meta Yoga Seacoast. As you can see, we've kind of changed our design in the studio itself to give each other some space. I allow 8 people maximum allowed in the yoga room at one time with a mask on. So we're going to walk inside the yoga room here. I usually have somewhere on a normal world day, right, prior to COVID, about 40 people in here. So now, as you can tell by the squares, that's where everybody takes one square each, and then I'm the 9th person in this studio, and then I will be the teacher. So only 8 students allowed at this time, unfortunately. So I have a large waiting list. I am the only teacher, just because I want to make sure that everyone is safe. I feel really comfortable with my protocol, and people do trust me, which is great. Also, I can't afford to pay any other teachers at this time that I feel that they are competent to handle the protocols with the pandemic. So I'm a little bit stretched there, no question about it. I'm exhausted. As you can tell, you'll see some piping up on top there. That's a new system that I put in with the idea alone that I got when we had the closure. That's a filtering system that filters out the air every 4 minutes. Prior to this, the air was filtered out every 20 minutes, 18 to 20 minutes. So I have put an unbelievable amount of money in here to keep the room safe for people. We do have an older crowd in the studio itself. As I said, I was here for 14 years, and most of the clientele has been with me that long. So it's not uncommon to have students with compromised immune systems or that struggle with some mental challenges such as depression or addiction. But it makes a huge difference in their life to come together, to be silent and connected to the breath and to the body, to make that connection at this time of turmoil in the world, and to be quiet with oneself and connect with the body and the spirit is really so profound. So it brings a lot of people peace and happiness, and a sense of relief when we come together. So I try to keep the classes going. I have a new pod that starts next week. The pods are the same people for every class, so I don't mix students up. If the student can't come to class, that's okay. They just don't make it. But of course, we go through the protocol, and we all know who's in the class. So just to stay safe. So in the event that I have to track the virus, if it comes active here, then I'll be able to do that. So I've been very fortunate so far that we haven't had an occurrence of that. I do work a lot here, spending time cleaning the floors and so forth, and disinfecting everything after each and every pod. So my kids built this studio with me. It was a dream of mine after my...
Morning, my name is Nancy, and I'm 68 years old. I've been coming to this studio for more than 10 years, and I feel as though I have not aged since I started. People can't believe, my flexibility and my agility, and I come 3 days a week, 2 days a week, whenever I can, and it has really changed my life. I love this studio. Thank you.
Hi, this is a big shout out for Bikram Yoga in Seacoast, Massachusetts. I started yoga when I was 56 years old. I was stage 3 bilateral knees osteoarthritis. I had lots of bony fragments, two knee operations, and I was ready going towards knee replacement. Big shout out for my buddy Jan from Seacoast Yoga in Salisbury, Massachusetts. I was 56 years old with stage 3 osteoarthritis, heading towards knee replacements. I had 2 knee surgeries and bony loose fragments. Just they could never get them with doing the surgeries. I had a lot of floaters going around. These positions cured me. They saved my life. I'm 64 years old now, been doing it for almost 9 years, and every time I come here, my light goes out, it comes right back on in this hot room. This is a sensational place, and every day of my life, I wish Jan the very best, because she's just been a savior to a lot of people. Love my Love my yoga.
I'm 68 years old, and I want to thank Jan for providing a safe spot for us to come in to do this yoga. We have a sense of community, we can stay healthy, it's very safe, and those three things are what we seniors need to survive this pandemic. Thank you, Jan. I wouldn't have made it without you.
Dave, I just wanted to take a second and tell my mom's story from her perspective and share some details that, really aren't in the beginning of this video. So my mom started her yoga journey about 18 years ago, and this was something she quickly developed a passion for because she wanted to help people in their everyday lives. Whether someone was dealing with something, may it be spiritual, may it be mental, physical, things like anxiety, depression, joint pain, arthritis, the list can go on and on, being in a rut, whatever it might be, we've all been there before. And she wanted to help people overcome some of these big obstacles in their life, right? And help them achieve results that, they wouldn't be able to achieve without her. So she eventually took this passion for helping people, and she invested not only every financial dollar she had, sounded weird, but every drop of blood, every drop of sweat, every tear she had. Opening the studio was an absolute family endeavor. My brother was a general contractor. I remember putting up drywall as a 9-year-old. It was pretty fun, playing with the putty knife. But anyway, so the studio eventually opened in 2010. And the one thing that's remained consistent about her studio is it's never really made a great profit. I'm not gonna lie, if I was a venture capitalist, I would definitely not invest on the Shark Tank. Absolutely not, no. But what was important to her, more than money, yeah, she needed to pay her mortgage on her actual house and make money, make enough to live like a normal person, was helping her students. She would have students walk in the door and, whether they were previous students or new students, maybe they wouldn't be able to afford yoga, she would offer yoga to them for free. And you'll probably see earlier in this video some of the testimonials she has from her students, and she's been such a positive change in their life. So she's never been concerned about the financial aspect. As long as she's covering expenses and she's able to do what she loves and what her people love about her, then she's happy. But until March of 2020, this was really the case. She was able to help people and whatnot. And then COVID came, and the studio was eventually shut down, and fortunately it was able to open in, I believe it was July or June of 2020, and she was able to open at an 8-person capacity. And, obviously you're not able to make profit at an 8-person capacity. You're not able to cover expenses. And she endured a tremendous amount of adversity, not only from, some people in her family, but, the people she was supposed to pay money to. Her landlord sued her. Just a lot of financial trouble that she's had to go through, unfortunately. And she's just barely surviving. She probably has a couple months left. And until then, we're hoping Barstool can help out and help Jan keep helping the people that she loves and, help her, with her passion. And that obviously is something that's super important to her and super important to the people that she does it for. Thanks so much, and Merry Christmas, and I appreciate everything you guys do for small businesses. Take care.